This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, July 19th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Annapolis City has a new police chief. Annapolis City has a new fire chief, and Annapolis City has a new director of the Office of Emergency Management. Yesterday, Mayor Buckley nominated 3 men to fill the top public safety roles in the administration. And for police chief, he has chosen Edward Jackson, who is a retired Baltimore City officer with 21 years on the job. He retired in 2004 at the rank of colonel, and since then he's been the program director in the Criminal Justice Department at Baltimore City Community College. Both former chiefs for the city of Annapolis, Pristoop and Baker, were also hired from Baltimore City as well. Now, Jackson is African American, which is something that the Caucus of African American Leaders was really pushing for, and should mesh in very well with Buckley's One Annapolis program for the city. In the fire department, Deputy Fire Chief Doug Romali has been promoted to chief. He's replacing Chief David Stokes, who will be retiring at the end of August. Romali has been a lifetime career firefighter with the city of Annapolis starting back in 1986, and he's a great choice for that. Along with the budget this year, the Office of Emergency Management was moved from the fire department and made its own separate cabinet-level position, and Deputy Chief Kevin Simmons, who had been leading the division, is now the director of the Office of Emergency Management. Now, all of these guys are going to be making about $160,000 a year, and the city is going to host a community meeting on Monday the 29th at 7 p.m. at the Pitt Moyer Rec Center, so the public can get to meet the new fire chief, the new police chief, as well as the new director of Office of Emergency Management. Jackson and Simmons will be sworn in on Wednesday, July 31st at a special meeting, and Romali will be sworn in on Monday, August 26th after Chief Stokes does retire. Bad news for the recovery efforts in Anne Arundel County. The owner of Serenity Acres Treatment Center in Crownsville has notified the state that it is going to be closing its doors effective August 31st. Meridian Behavioral Health is the owner, and they said that 65 workers will be affected. Serenity Acres offers residential services to include substance use treatment and detoxification, and uses approaches like anger management, cognitive behavioral therapy, motivational interviewing, and other types of treatment. With the opioid issue still not really in check, we really can't afford to lose any treatment facilities here in Anne Arundel County, and I hope County Executive Pittman does something to see about replacing that loss. Bob Pollock lives up in Crofton, and he is one of the most dedicated people in the area. He spearheaded an effort to place a monument in the Twin Rivers community dedicated to first responders and military personnel. He's a former Navy SEAL, and he also was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. Well, Celine Sanfelice got to the bottom of this because that's not really true. People began to question Pollock, and no one seemed to know of a POW that was also a SEAL. They dug a little bit deeper, and the records do reveal that he did serve in Vietnam, but it was only as a meteorologist on the USS Constellation. Celine Sanfelice of the Capitol has a very interesting article on this. He's now claiming that he was never a Navy SEAL. He never said he was a Navy SEAL, despite having it recorded in an interview. And stolen valor, boy, this is just a slap in the face to all who served and continue to serve our nation. And right now it is unclear what any ramifications will be for Bob Pollock of Crofton. Hey, if you're into baseball, go out to the Baysox on Saturday night. They are going to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the moon landing by wearing special uniforms, and Yahoo Sports picked this up, and man, these are some cool-looking uniforms. The front of the jersey showcases Buzz Aldrin saluting the U.S. flag on the moon's surface under a red, white, and blue Baysox logo, and the back features the full moon behind the stars and stripes numbers. Really a badass-looking jersey, and they are going to be auctioning them off at the end of the game. So if you want one, you can get one. So if you're looking for some baseball fun, head out to the Baysox on Saturday. Game time is at 6:35. Here is some news that I can get behind, man. This is exciting. Rodizio Grill is getting ready to open in Annapolis. This is the first Rodizio Grill to open in the state of Maryland, and it looks like it's going to be opening at the Westfield Annapolis Mall in early November. Now, it is billed as the first Brazilian churrasco steakhouse in the United States. They serve the traditional meats as well as traditional hot side dishes, a salad bar, fresh and seasonal fruits and vegetables, as well as fresh pressed juices, limeades, signature cocktails, and many homemade Brazilian desserts. The closest location to here would be Voorhees, New Jersey, and this is going to be going into the old REI or Tilted Kilt, depending on how long you've been around here, spot at the Annapolis Mall. It will be able to seat about 350. They will have private and semi-private dining spaces available for events. And all I got to say is watch out, Fogo de Chao. We might move our annual Meat Fest to Annapolis. All right, that is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. You want to give us a rating or a review anywhere you can do that, and give us a recommendation to your friends, colleagues, families, enemies. I don't care. Give them to everybody. It is Friday, so we do have our list of things that you may want to consider doing this weekend. And of course, we have George Young standing by with your hot and steamy local weather forecast. He's from DMV Weather. He's coming up in just a minute, but first, this message about the Kegs and Corks Beer and Wine Festival, which is coming up on August 17th. Got your tickets yet?
Hey, it's Gina Crash. Join me Saturday, August 17th for the Kegs and Corks Festival at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds. Tickets benefit the Special Olympics of Maryland and include a souvenir glass, unlimited wine and beer samples, plus live music by Amish Outlaws, J. Corsi Willis and the Stone Authors, and XPD Band. Enjoy over 80 Maryland wines, 40 craft beers, incredible food, unique arts and crafts, and more. Go now to kegsandcorksfest.com for tickets.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, July 19th. The last few days have been wicked hot for the Annapolis region, with temps in the 90s and heat index values each day over 110 degrees at times. But today through Sunday might end up being just a bit hotter as air temps climb even higher, with highs each day between 95 and 102 degrees. And with dew point temps staying in the 70s each day, the feels like temp will again likely hit 110 to maybe 115 to 120 degrees as midsummer heat takes over the eastern half, if not two-thirds of the country. So stay hydrated, stay cool, hit the beach or the pool or a slip and slide in your yard while taking in as much AC as you can, and do what you can to enjoy the weekend ahead despite what could be the hottest temps in the region in the last few years. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there despite the scorching heat, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMD VA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Head over to the Annapolis Towne Centre July 20th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the Annapolis Warehouse Sale, featuring your favorite Annapolis boutiques. Here, a pop-up sweet-like summer shop for all your summer essentials, and the Art Gallery pop-up shop in conjunction with Annapolis Arts Alliance. Enjoy giveaways, music, shopping, and fun. For more details, check out the Towne Center's website at visitatc.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Annapolis Towne Centre.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Thank God it's...
Are you ready for a hot weekend? It is going to be so hot this weekend. This is important that the Maryland Fiesta Latina has been postponed. That was originally scheduled for Sunday the 21st up at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, but because of the projected heat, they have moved that forward a little bit to August 25th at the fairgrounds. So your tickets, if you've purchased them, will be honored on the 25th. Tickets are still available for sale. Again, this would be on August 25th. Again, the Fiesta Latina has been postponed from this Sunday. Hey, we're here right now in the middle of the Crepe Myrtle Festival at Homestead Gardens. It goes on from July 19th to the 22nd. If you have saved up any of their crepe myrtle money that you may have gotten earlier in the spring, bring it in. You can get huge savings now through Monday at Homestead Gardens, both in Davidsonville and Severna Park. And along with the crepe myrtles, they have a ton of other sales going on, lots of plantings for your house. Tonight at the Annapolis Towne Centre in their summer concert series, you've got the Mike McHenry Tribe gets underway at about 7 p.m. Always a fun time there at the Annapolis Towne Centre. And if you want to hang out to Saturday, this is kind of cool. On Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., they've got the Annapolis Warehouse Sale. And it's being held in the old Sur La Table space at the Towne Centre. They're going to have, looks like about a dozen stores that are going to be offering up to 75% of retail prices. You're going to see people from Raven Boutique, Lilac Bijou, Scout and Molly's, Wheat Children's Boutique, Whimsicality, Mint Hand Picked, Aid Through Trade, Hen House Linens, Local by Design, which is a great store, and the Hive/Shoe Hive. It is a free event. Gets underway at 10 a.m. at the Annapolis Towne Centre in the old Sur La Table space. Also tomorrow night, if you're looking for some fun outdoor music at Quiet Waters Park, it is the summer concert series. It continues. This time, it is Guava Jelly. Gets underway at 6 p.m. Admission to the park is free as well as parking. Guava Jelly does do a great kids thing, but they also do a great Caribbean/reggae type show, and that will be a lot of fun. It'll be a great place to see a concert right there at the amphitheater. Bring a blanket, bring a chair, and sit right up there on the hill. Saturday is the anniversary of The Day We Walked on the Moon, and that documentary, The Day We Walked on the Moon, is going to be shown at the Colonial Players on East Street. Gets underway at 6:30, it goes till 7:30. It is free, but you want to go to colonialplayers.com and get a free ticket to make sure you're in there to see that documentary. Saturday, you've got the Chesapeake Bayhawks. They're taking on the New York Lizards in Major League Lacrosse. Game time is at 7 p.m. They will have fireworks after. And if you want a real good time, get into that Bud Light zone, which is right down on the field. You'll get into the thick of things. Sliding into Sunday, if you're looking to get married, I've got an event for you. This is an inside event, so it's not going to be too brutally hot. It is at the golf club at South River, right there off of Route 2. It goes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's called Everything But the Wedding. If you have the church picked out and you know where you're going to get married, but you don't know about anything else, this is the place to be. They're going to have the golf club at South River, which will be a great venue to have your reception at if you wanted to. They're going to have wedding planners. They're going to have photographers. They'll have bands. They'll have DJs. They'll have limousines. They'll have travel agents. They'll have florists. You name it, they're going to have it here. So you can really plan your whole wedding, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., at the golf club at South River. This is a free event. And heading south on Route 2, if you just cross over 214, you'll take a left into, I think it's called South River Colony Drive, and then a right there into the clubhouse. And this is the point in time where I should tell you about the Maryland Fiesta Latina, but I'm not going to do that. That has been postponed. It was going to happen this Sunday, but it's been postponed to August 25th once again. So don't go up to the fairgrounds this Sunday. Hold it off for a couple more weeks. And if you know somebody that has tickets to that, make sure you let them know that it has been postponed again due to the heat. All right, that's our suggestions for the weekend. Pick one, pick two, pick them all. It doesn't really matter to us, but whatever you do, please do them safely. We want to see you here on Monday. Other than that, have a great weekend.
Did you know that you could potentially save hundreds of dollars a year by using a smart thermostat that you can install yourself? Or that a smart light bulb can help you sleep better? I'm Richard Gunther. I live here in the Annapolis area, and I'm the host of the Home On podcast from the Digital Media Zone. I'm joined in each episode by a different guest co-host featuring some of the biggest names in the smart home space, including journalists, technologists, and leaders or founders of companies like Ring, IKEA, Lifex, and more. You'll learn about smart home products you can purchase and set up yourself to turn your own home into a smart home. Find Home On in your favorite podcast app, on Spotify, or on the web. Just search for Home On in your app of choice or in Google. You can do it right now while you're listening. Add Home On to your podcast lineup and learn how to make your home smarter.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.